Hello, go ahead.
The deal with South Tampa, the deal with the debit card, which has happened to me on vacation, is let's say you're at Penguin Point, right, and you drop down $50, and they accidentally swipe your card 15 times. It's going to be 50 times 15 times. So you're going to be for 4 or 5 days until that wipes out. So you're just your dog P. Jones at that point, because you won't have any money to spend, because it's going to be sitting there as
a hold.
A hold, yeah.
Hold,
Thank you,
please.
Blitz. Holy smokes.
Yeah, a little too many microdosing today.
Well, the difference between also paying with a credit card versus debit card is TILA, the Truth in Lending Act. So the TILA protection allows you to make sure that if you buy something with a credit card, you get value for it. So you can't get scammed with a credit card as easily as you can get scammed with a debit card.
My mom just had
1,000%.
All right, buddy. Thank you. My mom just had the worst/best experience with getting scammed.
Worst/best.
on a credit card.
Really?
And the credit card company, I'm sending you a 10 right now.
All right, thank you.
Boom. So my mom my mom and my stepdad love to take cruises. I hate cruises. I'll never go on a cruise
Amen,
ever.
I'm in your
sister.
boat with this one, Bubba.
Yeah,
How many have you been on?
None. I've been on none.
Oh, okay.
And I will be on none. There's just some things I won't do. I just don't want to be on a boat
with hundreds of other
with hundreds of others of people.
For more than a few
Stranded at
hours at
sea.
a time.
Right. And then they're like, they always try to upsell me with, hey, imagine that's my family. The food is just unbelievable. And you can go anytime you want, 24 hours a day to the food court and get as much as you want. French fries, hamburgers, and then every night's a big sit-down meal, and it's, steak and lobster and whatever you want. Listen, my frozen pizza on my pizza maker on a Friday night, watching some, dirt racing from Williams Grove is about my happy spot. I don't want to be on a boat.
I'm with you on that.
I don't want to be,
And I love boats, but I don't want to be on a cruise for 5 days
boat
with
you
a
love
bunch
are
of
ones
randoms.
that you own, buddy.
Right, or a friend owns, like
right,
a Jimmy boat.
Right. I don't want to be on a boat. And I just don't. Well, you lay by the pool and you go to the casino and you go to the gym. Okay. Like with 7,000 other snotty-nosed little bastards from New Jersey.
Right.
No, thank you. And then, the cabins, they're, made for little people. They're, teeny tiny.
And I hate teeny tiny showers and teeny tiny beds.
I hate
and
teeny
sinks,
tiny anything.
It all sucks.
Yeah. So, I like big.
Yeah.
I like king-size beds and cold air
Hell yeah.
and big TVs. I like watching an 80-inch TV while I'm in bed with my pit bull Labrador at my feet. Can't take her. Then I'll go down to I heard the worst casinos as far as odds on winning are the boats.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. You know how they can, Dan, they can kind of adjust the slot machines on payouts.
Yes, they can.
They can. They'll be like, this slot machine's going to pay out
85%.
Yeah,
or plus
85,
or minus.
90. I've seen, casinos advertise 96% payback.
Really?
On casinos. And they have to, they have to have it.
I think the industrial average is a little the mid to high 80s.
Yeah, boats are 40.
Yeah, no,
Jesus.
boats are bad.
Boats are the worst because they're really not regulated by, because they float, they're international. I think Blitz, isn't the boat's law governed by what the flag it's running? A lot of these cruise lines are not based from, they're Yugoslavia or Sweden or Netherlands or, something like that.
The Netherlands are actually a big cruise nation.
Right, and I'm sure it has something to do with the laws and federal laws of Netherlands.
Taxes and stuff. And they're not enforced with the regulations that they have on
you
the
got
land.
some guy out there, secret shopping the slot machines, and he's going to take the slot guy to jail because they got him clicked back to 51% payout when there should be 90% payout, so you lose your ass.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going on a boat, period. Cruising industry, stupid. Yeah, in fact, just
Some
Some
love
people
it.
like it, and God bless them.
love
You know
it.
what I mean? Let them
my
enjoy.
mom and dad, they love it. That's the ongoing rib in our family. Is every year they try to wait. What? How about for Christmas this year? me and they listen. My family is completely, offered to pay for everything. Like, we'll get you a big cabin, and we're like platinum, captain status where we don't have to wait to get on the boat. We get right on the boat, and we're the first ones off because my mom and dad have literally cruised like on 45 or 50 cruises.
They're
a lot of boomers love it.
You wouldn't go on one to try it?
I'd rather be like on an inner tube floating down the Itchitucken River.
Bubba, I understand. I've never been on a cruise either, but every element of the cruise I dislike.
Right.
I don't want to be stuck anywhere. I don't want to be stuck with a bunch of strangers. I don't like these little air filtered cabins where you feel like you can't escape.
Right.
So everything about it, I don't like.
And my mom's like, "Oh, you don't understand, Fleet. You get like your own personal butler, and you tip him like $20 at the beginning of the deal, and he has all your linens turned down for you, and he's got anything that you put. Yeah, you give him $20 at the beginning of the deal, and that guy's like your personal slave. I
get that for 3 Cheerios.
How do you get down with your wife, right?
Yeah, exactly.
To wrap up my mom's Visa card story, how we got into Visa cards and cruise lines, I need to wrap this up. My mom getting screwed over by a jewelry store in one of these stupid ports that she was cruising in. Listen, so she goes to this jewelry store. She's cruising. My mom's cruising in October, right?
Okay.
So last October, she takes like this 7-day cruise, her and Eddie.
Where'd they go?
I don't know, hard telling. Like somewhere in the Caribbean. Whatever.
Lake in Indiana.
Yeah, she cruised up to Indiana, to the Mississippi River. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was on one of those paddle boats.
You'd probably go on that cruise, hey.
So she's cruising, and they get into one of these ports, like in like Mexico or wherever.
Cozumel or something.
Cozumel or something. In fact, I think it might have been Cozumel.
Yeah, it's popular.
And so on the boat, they're like, it's like noon. They get in at noon. They'll be like, the boat will be leaving tonight at 8:00. Like that's what they do. Mm-hmm. And you can either stay in your room or stay on the boat and go swimming and do all the stupid boat stuff, or you can debark the boat. Is it called debarking or
disembark?
Disembark. You can disembark the boat and go into the city, and a lot of times the ports all have these little villages that have been built up to prey on tourists.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
That's exactly what they're there for, just to prey on tourists.
Yes.
You can buy all these stupid tchotchkes.
And they're the locals that have figured out what stupid tchotchkes white people from Florida, India.
Got a magnet.
Like, you don't see a lot of African Americans on cruises because they're not stupid enough to get on cruises.
Not a big
They're
fan
smarter than that. African American
stuff.
people are smarter than white people when it comes to cruising. African American people know that cruising's stupid. I'm with you on that deal. Stupid ass boat going into some bullcrap little panhandling city. It's going to charge you $2,900 for some fake jewelry. So my mom goes to this jewelry store, and she's got this one little design. It's like some kind of little design that she has always wanted. And she's like, oh, my God. And they have it there on display. And my mom's like, well, I kind of like it, but it only has 4 diamonds. I would like to have 5. And so the guy's like, listen, I can have it done for you. I can take it to in the back. We got a jeweler, like, what do they call that?
A jeweler.
We got a jeweler in the back that can, solder on another diamond onto this necklace to make it look really great. So she's like, okay. I think her and my stepdad have sucker written across their foreheads. I think they might have walked in, Dan, like you said, like looking like with wrappered suckers on their head.
Right, a wrapper around their head and a white stick up their butt.
Yeah, exactly. So this guy says, well, give us 3 hours and we'll have it ready. And so there was plenty of time. So they went in and ate and, went through the village and saw these little shoskis and bought stupid stuff. And they go back to the jeweler, and my mom uses her Visa card, and it's $2,900. $2,900 for this necklace that she got from some stupid ass Cozumel guy.
Made out of blood diamonds.
Right. So she gets it, and she's all proud of it and stuff. And the guy's like, I just want you to know that this is like a $3,900. Like, you saved almost $1,000 if you would go get this an estimate in the States. You will see that you got such a great deal because it's tax-free and duty-free and all this kind of stupid nonsense. So this past Mother's Day, I see it. And I go, Mom, what is that new necklace on your that you're wearing that doesn't sit right? It's messed up. She's like, what do you mean, Floyd? And I go, look, it doesn't even sit right. Like it's crooked. She goes, oh, I got that at Cozumel in one of the duty-free jewelers inside the city, and we saved like $1,000. I go, you think? Let me see that. So I look at it.
Well, that's cubic zirconium.
Now, Bubba, you bought jewelry in your life, so you do know jewelry. I mean, you know some high-end jewelry.
Right,
You've dealt with it.
I can at least tell. I can't tell the quality of the diamond or anything. You have to get a loop, but I can at least tell. So the craftsmanship
good versus crap.
And the clasp and just there's a couple different things you can look at.
Right.
Not that I'm a jeweler, but just the average guy that's bought some jewelry over the years.
How the diamond's set and all that.
Right. So I look at it and I go, Mom, these diamonds are crap. Oh. And did you have him add this back one on? I'm looking at it. I'm turning it all around, and I'm looking at the shoddy, soldering that they did. And I go, Mom. She's like, oh, yeah, it had the 4 originally, but then I wanted another one. I said, do you know that all of these settings in the back are earring backings? They're not even set correctly. She's like, because when you set a diamond correctly, it has prongs.
Yeah.
And a hole behind it.
Right. And a little hole, and it's very delicate on how to do it right, especially if it's not that big of diamonds. But they have these little prongs that all wrap around the diamond, and the diamond sits kind of like in a pocket. Mm-hmm. And if it's done correctly,
because it has all real diamonds have a hole behind it because you have to let light shine through.
Right, and
they're never capped in the back.
And a lot of diamonds nowadays are even laser scribed for insurance purposes, so you can't do the big switcheroo on the deal.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of real nice diamonds have like a serial code. Seriously.
Microscopic, yeah.
Yes.
You can't just see it.
No, you cannot see it. You have to have you got to be a jeweler or an insurance guy.
Yeah.
So I told him, I said, Mom, what did you pay for this? About $500-600? She goes, oh no, I paid almost $3,000.
Oh my God.
I go, what? So I said, Mom, do me a favor. Go take this to any jeweler, any local jeweler, reputable jeweler, and get an estimate. So 2 weeks ago for Father's Day in June, and that's the next time I saw her, I go, Mom, did you get that estimate? She's like, yes, I wasn't going to tell you, wait. I go, what did it come back at? $710. And I go, you've got it. So I looked up this place, Diamonds International or some kind of deal, and it's a big shim-shammer, and there's all kinds of people that bitch about them, and they're well-known scammers, and chances are that if you call that you're going to get somebody that gives you the runaround, and the one thing that they do offer is a potential credit for what you do, but the next you got to wait till you go back down to Cozumel on your next cruise to be able to exchange it. And all the reviews blitz or people are like, man, stay away from this place.
Yeah, you never go to places like that.
So I had my mom call Visa because she paid it with a Visa. Mm-hmm. And the Visa people couldn't have been any nicer. My mom walked them through the story. And my mom sent a scanned picture of her local jeweler estimate and then what she paid for it. And Visa, I don't know which bank backed which one of her Visa, what it's backed by. Mm-hmm. It's a Capital One Visa or a BDTP or a Truist or whatever the hell it was. But they immediately refunded my mom's money, like gave her all of her money back and asked her if she wanted to keep the diamond. And I'm like, well, no, I don't think, no, you need to send the diamond back because, but they completely were the easiest to deal with. I'm like, man, that's a great story because usually that's a nightmare. And thank God for, powerful companies like Visa and stuff that a lot of times will stick up for the consumer.
They will, especially if it's purchased in America, and the TILA does not automatically extend to international purchases. But some companies, if you get the right person on the phone, will extend it to South American and European purchases. So she's lucky.
My mom was just like, I said, Mom, sound kind of old and sound kind of, like sad.
Sure, sweet.
She's like, when she was talking, my stepdad was telling me, she was like, sir, I know you probably can't help me, but me and my husband are going on one of our last cruises, and we decided to celebrate by buying a piece of jewelry, but the people really, really ripped this off, and I took it to my local jewelry, and I'm just sick at my stomach. You know, we living on fixed income, and that whole deal, and it worked. She got her money right back.
Nice.
Isn't that cool?
Super cool.
That's awesome.
So, moral of the story, don't go on cruises, period.
There you go.
Because if you don't go on cruises, you're not going into the villages buying all the little shashkis that the locals are trying to bamboozle you on. You know that, right? Yeah. The locals that's their business.
It's their whole livelihood.
Yeah, but I
you should
know
know better. Is
yeah,
that where you're going with that?
if you're that much of a sucker, man, that's on you.
Yeah,
you should know better.
Listen. You can go into some of their local stuff and maybe find like a piece of, like something that the local made, like out of a.
Piece
like
of wood.
Yeah, like something.
A
Some
picture
kind of
on a
art.
canvas.
Or like a craft, some type of craft or something like that. But
just a memento.
Jewelry's a
don't
craft.
don't be buying jewelry
Or
from.
you can buy cheap jewelry. Wow,
Yeah, I guess
that doesn't matter.
Yeah, or like purses and shoes.
But stay away from
and
like
stuff.
things that's like claim, it's gold or
like
diamonds or
Rolex.
something.
Yeah.
Name
I know
brands.
in the Bahamas, man, they got like a Rolex dealer and all, and I'm sure that's probably a reputable Rolex dealer. I don't know.
Until you try to get it fixed in America and they laugh at you.
There you go.
Well, you said the Rolex from those places to Rolex USA. They're like,
to
we're
me,
not
Dan,
fixing
it sounds like you have some first-hand knowledge on that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mine's
you really
like
jumped hard on that one, D.
I've heard.
Yeah.
D, be honest. Did you buy
No.
a Rolex in the Bahamas?
No. Nope.
You literally go to the Bahamas.
On what cruise am I going to the Bahamas?
No. But they have it right next to the Atlantis, the resort in Atlantis.
I did not.
And so when I was at Atlantis one time, we went, me and Heather and the kids went down to where the cruise ships, the port, so to speak, and went down to all the shops down there. And there was this Rolex, and it was a Rolex dealer and everything. But like the Rolexes were like $10,000 to $12,000 cheaper than in America, and Heather's like, I'm like, something's fishy here, and so I asked the guy, why is this thing $10,000 cheaper than my Rolex dealer in Tampa? He's like, well, because the duties and the taxes and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, of course.
But you take a for some reason I think Rolex knows a Bohemian Rolex from a USA Rolex.
Yep.
And they treat you like you're, scumbag when
Well,
you're.
the Rolex boutique John Bull that's next to the Atlantis Resort is a certified original real Rolex dealer.
Yeah. I don't know if I was at the John Bull place or I was at the, the Freddie Fender place.
Right.